Hello, YouTube. Do you like the mug today? Today's little mug. Hello. And on the other side, it says, minding my business. It doesn't say it backwards, though. It says it forwards. I should have mirrored it. Never mind, never mind. That's what it says, minding my business. It's my business mug when I'm doing my little businessy side. Double meaning, you see. Do you see? Clever. Okay, well, hello, YouTube. I have decided to do my little ranting on here and have my little tea time chats. So this is episode 2 episode 2 of my little tea time chats. And I was thinking, just to my little relaxation thing, of what I was going to talk about. And what I want to talk about is Audible, which this is not sponsored, obviously, because who the hell am I? But I suppose I should say it. It's not. I originally got, because there's a book that I've listened to more than once, and I would say that for me, that's definitely deserves a recommendation. So this is true crime. So warning, trigger warning, whatever. It's Jack the Ripper is what I'm about to talk about. So if you're just like, oh, fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But anyway, just hang on. Audible, in case you don't know, is a service that it's all of your books are read to you. So, and the reason that I love it is because as soon as I leave work, I put the earbuds in and then I have to catch buses home. So I can start it as soon as I leave home. The book is reading to me, or podcast or whatever. And it can just crack on. I don't have to get a book out and then read and then, wait until the bus is there and stuff. It's just, it's constant. So I really, really like that. I got it as a free subscription first because I think it was part of my phone. So I got like a 6-month free subscription, which is very clever because I am one of those people that will then forget to cancel a subscription and wonder what the amount is after a few months and then go, oh, there was that thing, and then I forgot to cancel it because I'm an idiot. But, that's how they get us. Excuse me, repositioning. That's how they get us. So, but I carried on the subscription because I really, really liked it. I've got loads of books on there. I don't really read books. I can't read. I prefer crafting. And I prefer being read to, really, than reading a book, because I get really tired if I start reading. And I've read a few books in my time, and I've loved reading them. And if I can remember them, I will let you know what they are, and we'll do our own little book tube. Just to see what they were, because I thought that they were really, really good if I remember who they are. And on that is one recommendation that I do have if you are a Jack the Ripper crime fan, and that is a book called The Five. Okay, it is a book by, now I brought all of this up on my computer, so that's why I'm looking to the side, because I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to put screenshot, like, oh, da-da, there's a picture. I don't know how to do any of that yet, so I'm cute and adorable. Just go with that. So it's called The Five, and it is the untold lives of the women killed by Jack the Ripper, and it is by, I'm sorry if I say your name incorrectly, if you ever get to hear this, Hallie or Haley, Hallie, Rubenhold. I apologise if I've said your name incorrectly. I'm so sorry. It's a fantastic book, and I absolutely love it. Like I say, I've heard it. It's narrated by, I looked up this as well because I'm professional, Louise Brearley. And she's a very good narrator as well. Well done, Louise. She sounds nice when you're reading it, because the one thing that you will notice on Audible when you're reading it, and I didn't think it made that much of a difference, but some of the what do you call them, reviews, they complain sometimes about the narration, and you can hear a sample as well. That's the great thing. You can hear it yourself and hear a sample of it, and I think it plays about 4 minutes. So you can hear, if you don't like the voice or the actor or the accent, whatever, you can always hear a sample for free first. So yeah, so I thought she was very good. I thought that she was very, very good. But the book basically goes on about the lives of these five conical victims that we believe that have been attributed to Jack the Ripper. And it is correct, because all that's ever been done, and I've seen documentaries and I've seen this, that and the other on Jack the Ripper, and it only ever focuses on him, which is, of course it does, he's the murderer, but when it comes to the victims, it is essentially these five prostitutes. Well, number one, they probably, more than likely, they weren't. They may have had to do things to get money, to stay in there, to get DOS money is what they call it, to stay the night in some rented accommodation. So they may have had to do that, because unfortunately drink was the problem, and they would usually drink their money away. So even if they did earn some money, they would drink it away, which is very unfortunate. So the chances are Jack the Ripper didn't kill prostitutes. He killed vulnerable women who were passed out in the middle of the street because they were sleeping on the streets because they had nowhere to sleep. Oh yeah, big whoop, big man. So yeah, it wasn't some, yeah, it just wasn't some evil mastermind. It was just waiting for women to fall asleep on the street, and then, hey presto, killed them. It was just so horrible, and such a horrible way for these women to die. I'm not saying there's a good way to die, but I'm just saying it's, you know, it's horrible. So this book, I loved this book because it gave a spotlight to these ladies who deserve some respect. Everybody does. Everybody deserves a little respect. And so yeah, I really liked this book that put it on that aspect of looking at these women, and the thing that that women had, you know, the women in those positions, how their marriages had pretty much broken down in some cases. And so if the men and the women split up, the man's fine to go on and crack on, but the woman is completely disgraced. And she finds it a lot harder to get any social standing because it's all gone, because she's failed. And most of these women walked away from children, you know, their children, and they walked away from them because they had to, or because if they then moved in with, it was drink that was the problem. And if they had a place, like a couple of these women had homes, they had family that they could stay with, and they would have taken them in. They were like, you know, we'd never see her go away, but she had to say, I'm not going to drink anymore. And she just couldn't. And so ended up on the street. And that's where, you know, he found her. So it's really sad. And the lives of the detail that she goes into is amazing. Just picking apart their lives, and just, it gives more identity to them than just 5 prostitutes that got murdered. It gives real, you know, heart and soul to these women, these poor women. So yeah, I highly recommend it. If it's something that you think is up your street, then I highly recommend it. Are you interested, Dino? I didn't even realise that the dinosaur right there it does look like he's looking over my shoulder. He's very interested. See, he's interested. He's probably subscribed. I'm just saying. So yeah, so really give it, I highly recommend it. I don't know if there's a free thing. I don't know, they haven't sponsored me, so you go figure it out. But I highly recommend it if you like. They have podcasts on there as well, so so that's pretty cool. So what happens for the Audible thing is that you pay I think it's $7.90, I think. See, do you see how crap I am with subscriptions? It's about $7.99 a month, and you get a credit. So it costs $7.99 per credit. And then the credit you can buy books with. Or you can just buy the book. You can, you know, if say, for example, you don't have any credits yet and you still want to buy a book, obviously you can buy a book. But I usually just store up my credits. I've already paid for it. And then sometimes they do, I like it because they do radio plays as well. They've got like comedy radio plays or dramas. Big one for the Agatha Christie. Love it. But they've got the I think BBC radio plays on there, so you can have radio plays. Oh, it's amazing. It's so good. Honestly, it really is good. I don't know if there's others like it, but that's the only one that I know. I got a free subscription and I really like it, so I keep it. And I do listen to it all the time, and it's practically 5 days a week because it's on the way home is when I listen to it, or it's great in the bath or something like that when you're getting ready. So yeah, so I highly recommend The 5. Also recommend Audible. I do, genuinely. I also recommend Little Froggy does as well. Yes, he does. He does. That's what he's doing right now. Do you see why he looks so content? He looks so content because he's got his earbuds in and he's listening to a book. I don't know which book. I don't pry. I'm not nosy. That's his business. You know what I mean? I don't judge. He's got his own subscription. Don't use mine. Better not use mine. But yeah, I've got loads on there, and it's great. And once you've bought it with a credit, it's yours. So you don't get. I know sometimes it's nice to have the book though, isn't it? Like I would hold up the book and go, look, it's this. It looks like this. But yeah, I recommend it. It's very good. It's very good. Speaking of the whole JTR, as in Jack the Ripper, there was that latest thing, wasn't there, about, oh, we know who he is now, he's been identified. I knew I should have looked this up. There's like the common suspects, but then they were like, we found some DNA on an apron that we know belonged, no, we suspect, wasn't it suspect, belonged to one of the victims, so clearly it's him. No. Why? Is that a brand new apron that she had that morning? So nobody else's DNA is on there? Or has she dry cleaned it that morning? I sincerely doubt it. You don't know how long that's it. I don't even think they know it's her apron. But yeah, how that DNA's been there since 1888. How do you know it's that day? Why couldn't it have been 2 weeks earlier, a month earlier, 3 months earlier? How do you know? So, and I'm just saying, if they're collecting DOS money, there could be several DNA on there. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, how do you know it's him that killed her? I mean, it might mean that he had an interaction with her at some point, but some others may too. I'm just saying, because they were like, yeah, we've solved it. I went, no, you haven't, and you never will. You never will. They'll never solve it. So that's my take on it anyway, because they were just like, yeah, we know who did it. And I thought, part of me was a little bit like, why you don't know, you're never gonna know, so why sully the family's reputation with it all? But I don't know if the family have actually spoken forward and said, yeah, it was, yeah, I pretty much think that it was our great-great-great-granddad, whatever, great-great-granddad. It wasn't that long ago, was it? Yes, it was, because it's notoriety, isn't it? So some people wouldn't be bothered if they're great-great. I don't know. I did my ancestry thing though. That was quite interesting. No jacks. You'll be fine. Although I do have Polish ancestors, and the main suspect was a Polish barber. So I don't know. Nah, we're from Yorkshire. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, oh, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? So yeah, I did the ancestry thing, and that's also quite good. I do recommend that as well. You can stop and start, because I've done quite a lot of work on it, and then I've stopped my subscription for a little while, and then I've restarted it, and then I've stopped it again, so I can do a bit of work on it. If it's times when I'm just not doing anything on it, I stop my subscription, and then I just carry it on when I want to go back on it, really. Because it's a bit pricey. It is quite pricey. So just doing it when you're not actually looking into your ancestry, then it is quite pricey. So just my opinion. It's like 20 quid a month or something. It's quite a lot. I think there's like the international, that's everything, I think. So it's the top one, I think. So it was quite pricey, so I stopped it. But if I then want to do some more on it, then I will do it. And then that's the good thing, because then it stores it all for you. It saves it, and then you can go back to it, and then you don't have to start all from the beginning again, which is great. That's really cool. But I don't know if I'm doing it right. That's the only thing. Because I've gone back to 17 something, but I don't know if I'm doing it right. I think I've got to a certain stage where I need to see, I need to go to the parish records. So that's where you actually have to go to the parish and look it all up and see all this, that and the other. Yeah, so there's always that. God, it's so windy tonight. So yeah, so Audible, definitely recommend. Ancestry, I recommend, but it is expensive. And the 5, I recommend. They are my recommendations. You are more than welcome. More than welcome. I have a couple of other books on there that I'm listening to at the moment about witchcraft and not about witchcraft, about witches, and kind of like the hunting of witches back in the day. So I am, did I get them up? What I might do is just tell you which ones that I'm reading. I say reading, I'm not reading them. Hearing. Could I still say reading if I'm listening to them? Oh, the other thing as well, you know, sometimes you get pictures and like there's one of them that you get stuff, you get like in the book, I think you get like a family tree diagram and stuff like that. Obviously, if you're listening to it, you don't get any of that stuff because you don't get the physical book. But if there is anything like that, you get it as a PDF that's available within the Audible stuff. And so you go, yeah, it comes with PDFs, and I'm just looking on my library now, and there's one called Something Wicked by, don't have my glasses on, Carol Ann Lee, and I've just started listening to that, and so this is about the lives, crimes, and deaths of the Pendle witches. So it's just kind of that kind of history just fascinates the crap out of me, and just how. And it says view PDF, so there's a little link where you can view the PDF, because I think it's got stuff from like family trees and maps of areas and stuff like that. So you don't miss out. You still get those. But this kind of stuff just fascinates the crap out of me. It's just like the whole Salem thing. Basically, the Salem witch trials started because 2 little girls made some crap up. In my opinion, they just made it up. They made it up because they were bored. Because of course they were bored. They were not even teenage girls. Well, they were like 9 and something. One of them was 9, and then the other one was either older or younger. I can't remember. But they were just basically mischievous little girls who were bored crapless and decided to cause some trouble. And everybody else was stupid enough. Excuse me, grown-ass adults, stupid enough to go, oh, well, they're telling the truth. Because they were they ministers, preachers, daughters. So, yeah. So they said, oh, I've seen her mumbling stuff, or I've seen her, she talks in tongues and she does weird stuff. And then they started acting weird, and then they blamed their servant. Was it Tabitha or something? Oh, I feel horrible now because she got really freaking hard done by. And yeah, they just accused her, and everything went to pot just because these two guys. And then they were like, yeah, but it's been backed up because all the girls from the really, all of the girls, everybody at this point is so God-fearing that they are at that point then kind of, if you say something, because this is what I think happened, that they said to the other girls, well, you don't like her, is she annoying you? Oh, that's not, just say that she's a witch, just say that you saw her doing some weird things, and then every so often just roll your eyes to the back of your head and just act like a weirdo. Just do that. And if you grass me up, I'll tell them you're a witch. 100%. What? So, because it was so funny, because it turned out to be people that called the girls out were then accused of being a witch. Amazing. It's so, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. And not just women, there were also men. The man that got pressed, you get pressed, you get put under stones, and then they press and press and press, because he wouldn't say that his wife was a witch or something. And he didn't give in at all, and I'm pretty sure he died. So yeah, dry throat, sorry, I do apologise. So I'm listening to that one at the moment, and I'll let you know if you listen to books, do you listen intently? Because I know it's kind of like I'm walking about, and sometimes I'm shopping and I'm doing this, that and the other, and people are very loud on buses, and there's a whole conversation that happens where they've got the phone in the hand and they're like, yeah, well, Barbara, no, he never, so never. And then what he did was, no, you will not believe it if I tell you, right? And then, well, they don't talk like that because we're from Yorkshire, but you know what I mean. So yeah, sometimes it gets a bit distracting. So sometimes stop meowing at me. So, listen, sweetheart, Mummy's a famous YouTuber now, and she's filming, so you're not even looking at me. Classic. She's like that. She's meowing at me, and then now she's like that. Yeah, I can hear you. So, yeah, do you get distracted by it? So then I hear it, but then I don't know if I'm really listening to it. It's kind of insane. But the 5 I really listen to, so that's great. But I do know sometimes when I'm not really paying attention to it, but I'm like that when I'm reading. I'm just reading, and then I don't pick it up for ages, and then I forget what I've read, and then it's insane. So what about you? Do you take it all? Do you prefer to read a book, or do you prefer to listen to a book? What do you prefer? I know that I prefer to be, because I read two, because I'd fall asleep after a couple of pages. I'm just like falling asleep. So it's a good way to get to sleep, to be fair. Dear. So yeah, so I'll give you a rundown on that book when I finish it, if I finish it. But I've told you about it now, so I feel a bit obliged to let you know, just so you can build up your library. But any that you recommend, absolute, then just let me know. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Audible and the 5, and they were the main ones that you do. So yeah, I think that. So any suggestions that you have, that's great. And do you prefer to listen or to read a book? Do you prefer paperback or hardback? There we go, you see. Paperback or hardback. Like a nice hardback, don't you? A nice hardback. And I've bought books because I've liked the cover. Do you ever do that? I did this before on a book. Oh, I forget what it's called. I will have to look it up. I absolutely loved it. I loved reading it, but I picked it up in the supermarket. You know, never judge a book by its cover. That's exactly what I did, and I loved every second of it. And then I spotted her on the Audible thing, and I went, oh, that's her. Oh my God, she did that book, and I loved it. And then I heard one of her new books, and it was really, really good. So I'm going to find that in a minute, and I'm going to tell you, because that was a witchy one. That was a witchy one. It was really, really good. Oh, you pantaloons. Yeah, it was really, really good. I'm going to find it while I'm absolutely... because I think that they are very fascinating, actually. I'm just looking through all of the stuff that I've got on here, and there's a hell of a lot of historical crime on here. There's a hell of a lot. There is a hell of a lot. Yeah, they've got basically almost everything that you can think of. It's not even that interesting, is it? Oh, that's it. That's it. Right, so the audiobook that I heard is called The Foundling, and it's by Stacey Halls. Now, I think I kind of looked at it because I got... the covers looked very similar, but the first book that I read, which I'm going to find out what that is, The Foundling, was one afterwards, but the covers were very, very similar. So one I've read as a book, that I actually read as a book. The Familiars, that was it. The Familiars. Pretty sure that was it. Let me look and see what that's about. Yes, okay. So The Familiars by the lady that I've just said, Stacey Halls. Really good book. Really, really, really good book. Fiction, which was a bit for me. Fleetwood Shuttleworth, this is from the typey stuff, is 17 years old. She's 17. And she's married, pregnant for the 4th time, unsuccessfully. There's no living child, and the husband, Richard, is anxious for an heir. So this is all taking place in... historical times. I'm sure it's like 17 something. I'm sure it doesn't actually say, which is a bit weird. Yeah, it doesn't say, that's a bit weird. But to save her child, so she's pregnant, so the tagline is, to save her child she will trust a stranger. Dun dun dun. To protect a secret she must risk her life. So essentially what it is she's this 17-year-old girl who's been pregnant for the 4th time, which I've just told you that, and he needs an heir, and so she's getting very, very worried because she probably could be cast aside or something. I think there was a bad marriage before, spoiler alert. And she meets this young girl called Alice Gray, who is a young midwife, and she promises to help her give birth to a healthy child and prove the physician wrong, because the physician says, you know, it's just not going to happen. So, and that she won't survive the pregnancy. So this Alice says, yeah, no, it's fine. You listen to everything that I say and do everything that I say, and you will give birth to a very healthy baby. So, but then what happens is there's this whole thing about Alice, the young girl that she bumps into, is drawn into all these witchcraft accusations because of her family and stuff. And she's been giving, what was her name, Fleetwood, tinctures and tonics and herbs and do this and do that. So it's a bit witchy. But then it's this whole thing of Fleetwood she's terrified that if Alice gets caught up in this, the witch accusations, then she won't be around to help her give birth to her child and stuff, and she starts to like her. So it's very good. It was very, very good, and I read that as a book, and that was very, very good, and I loved it. And then there's The Foundling, which is about like the foundling, what is it, orphanage, you leave a baby on the doorstep of an orphanage. And that was another one. That was really, really good. The Familiars was really good. And she's got other ones as well, which is, I haven't read. But I'm just seeing them now on Audible, so I might get some of those. So the foundling is that 6 years after leaving her illegitimate daughter at the Foundlings Hospital, she then returns to claim a child, but finds out that her child has passed away. Yeah, but then she starts to kind of wonder why she passed away and stuff. But has she? Who knows? So anyway, it's really good. They're really, really good. I like the historical ones. So they're fiction, but they're historical fiction, and I quite like the historical fiction. I know there was some on like Henry Tudor's wives and things, weren't there? There was like some fictional stories about based around that and stuff. So maybe that would be interesting. There's a topic. Henry's wives. Like that's what been done to death. Cold tea. Cold tea. Yeah. So that was very, very interesting. So to recap, peeps, the 5, the Foundling as well, actually, and the Familiar, and Audible, all available on Audible, and there's Audible, which is also available on Audible, I believe. Okay, I think, yeah, pretty much nailed it. I haven't waited for tea time chat. Plus, my tea went cold, so I finished it, and it's, I hate that. Don't you hate that when your tea goes cold, but you don't know, and then you go and yeah, no, it's not good. It's so disappointing. So yeah, so I hope this has been fun and entertaining for you. It's not even that long time. I'm looking at the timer thing. It's not that long of a time. So yeah, we will definitely have to do this again because I feel a bit better talking stuff out. So yeah, give me your suggestions onto historical books, fiction, facts. I might read them, I might not. Other people in the comments might read them, might not. You never know. Who knows? And yeah, definitely give those a try if that's something that you're interested in. But yeah, okay. All right, well, I'm going to say good night because I was coughing up along. So I'm going to say good night. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.